Four young brothers slept deeply in their humble Tennessee home. A strange gnawing sound echoed from a bedpost. The two eldest brothers slipped from their beds to investigate. The moment their feet touched the floor, the eerie gnawing abruptly ceased. They searched the room and bedposts, finding no rat, no trace. Shrugging, they climbed back into bed. But as their eyes closed, the gnawing began again, louder this time and more frantic. A nightmare had just begun. This horrifying ordeal, the Bell Witch haunting, would plague their family. It stands as one of history's most terrifying documented hauntings. In 1804, John Bell found his North Carolina farm too small. He sought new land for his growing family. John, Lucy, and their 6 children packed wagons. They journeyed over 600 miles west to a 1,000-acre patch in Tennessee. They settled in rural Robertson County, a wilderness waiting for development. John was born for this demanding work. John cleared land, building a log house near the Red River. The family quickly became popular and respected neighbors. For many years, the Bell family prospered. Their days were filled with work, school, and community life by the river. John and Lucy had 3 more children. Eldest children started families nearby. Life was full and rich. One summer day in 1817, John had a strange encounter. He dismissed it, but it marked the true beginning. While walking his cornfield, John saw an enormous, misshapen dog sitting motionlessly. Its bones seemed reset at awkward angles. This giant creature stared directly at John, its gaze intensely human. An unsettling panic began to creep into his heart. John, though not easily spooked, raised his rifle and fired. The monstrous animal bolted, vanishing into the tree line. He found no pressed corn, no paw prints. The creature had left no trace at all. Confused, John shook it off. Just an ugly dog, a missed shot, he thought, walking home. Soon after, strange events began at his house. At night, a knocking sound tapped on their walls. They rose, the knocking stopped. Laying down, it resumed on another wall, circling their home. John suspected a prankster hiding in the woods. He forbade his family from speaking of it to anyone. For weeks, the tapping persisted. John would lie in wait, but always found no one, no tracks, no sign. Unsettling as these sounds were, they were merely a prelude to the horrors that would soon follow. One Sunday in May 1818, John's 4 sons slept. A rat gnawing a bedpost jolted them awake. The 2 oldest boys climbed out to find the rat. Their feet hit the floor, the gnawing instantly vanished. They searched everywhere, finding no rat or marks. Confused, they simply returned to bed. The moment their eyes closed, the gnawing resumed, now louder and more frantic, like a desperate struggle. They leapt out again, but the sound instantly stopped. The room fell silent, giving no explanation. The gnawing continued all night, making sleep impossible. The next night brought the same terrifying ordeal. On the 3rd night, a new sound began, someone gasping for air under their beds, gulping and clawing. Terrified, the oldest boys bravely leapt from bed. The sounds immediately ceased, leaving silence again. Too frightened to sleep, they woke the entire family. They searched the house but found nothing amiss. The kids could no longer sleep. John finally confided in a close neighbor about the strange occurrences. The honest neighbor, believing John, agreed to stay the night. He wanted to hear the bizarre sounds himself. Sure enough, the neighbor heard the knocking, the gnawing, and the gasping. Terrified, he fled in the night. Word spread and the townspeople rallied. They volunteered to stay, offering comfort and security to the Bells. Yet no matter who stayed, the inexplicable noises persisted every single night, defying all attempts to stop them. Townspeople offered theories: a child seeking attention, a vengeful enemy, or even a ventriloquist prankster. They searched the house repeatedly but found no source. Even watching the family as they slept yielded nothing. As months passed, John Bell began to change. His engaged demeanor faded, replaced by vacant stares. Minor twitches around his eyes grew into dramatic tremors. His jaw quivered, his eyes blinked out of sync. The fits stopped. John returned silently to his bedroom, sitting for hours staring at the wall. The Bell family felt like hostages in their own home, consumed by a constant sense of dread and confusion. Many believed the torment was Kate Batts, an eccentric neighbor known for her misfortune and misused words. Townspeople called the entity Kate, but Kate Batts, offended, denied any involvement in the haunting. By September 1820, 3 years into the terror the family endured. But John Bell was fading. John's dazes and twitching fits grew more frequent, his silent staring spells longer. He was a shell of himself. He privately confessed to Lucy his belief that he was being tortured to death by an unseen entity. One day, John's daughter, Esther, went to the hen house across the lane. She heard movement behind her. She turned, seeing a woman in black, head bowed, walking her path, unnoticed until now. Esther entered the hen house, gathered her eggs, then emerged again onto the lane, basket in hand. The woman in black was now much closer to the Bell household, still trudging slowly, head down. Esther recognized her as a neighbor and called out a friendly hello. The woman didn't react, just kept walking. Esther quickened her pace, calling out again. Still no response. A deep discomfort settled upon her. Esther stopped. The woman in black abruptly halted too, her back still facing Esther. Then the woman reached up, removed her bonnet and dropped it. Black, matted hair tumbled down her back. Without moving, the woman began stroking her hair. Her fingers moved faster and faster, impossibly fast. Esther realized with horror. She ripped clumps of hair from her scalp. The sound was distinct. Terrified, Esther ran past the woman without looking and burst into her house, locking the door behind her. She called her sister. Together they looked from the front window. The woman was still there, ripping her hair. Esther made eye contact. The woman froze, her hands mid-rip, staring directly up at them. Slowly the woman lowered her hands, maintaining eye contact. Then she abruptly turned and walked out of view. Shrieking, the sisters ran to the side window. The woman was climbing their fence, followed by 3 children. The woman and children walked into a grove on the Bell property, in plain sight of the horrified sisters. One by one they climbed separate trees. Once aloft they turned, all staring directly at the sisters. Then they began to sway their bodies, bending and waving the trees violently from side to side. Esther's husband arrived, but saw only swaying trees. He couldn't see the figures tormenting them. Screaming, the trio ran outside to confront them. But in the grove, the woman and children were gone. Weeks later, John and his son walked the farm. John suddenly clutched his face, contorting in grotesque angles. His back arched terribly, threatening to break. A horrifying shriek, source unknown, pierced the air. As fast as it began, it ceased. John lay on the ground, coming to, the farm silent once more. John wept, telling his son, "I don't have much time left." They walked home in heavy silence. December 19, 1820, John missed breakfast. His family found him in bed, breathing, but unrousable. A son found the medicine cabinet empty, replaced by a strange glass vial with smoky, dark liquid. The family called a doctor. He found John's condition inexplicable and advised testing the liquid. They force-fed the liquid to a stray cat. Within minutes, the animal convulsed and died. The family swore they hadn't placed the vial. John never woke, he died the following morning. After John's death, the strange occurrences mostly ceased. Some saw lights, others heard a sing-song voice. Lucy Bell remained in the house until her own passing in 1838, living with the lingering memory. Today, nothing remains of the house, but a cave on the property endures, rumored as the entity's source. This terrifying story of the Bell Witch haunting stands as one of history's most frightening documented events.